Hello viewers, trust you're having a great day. You're welcome to Kenny's Hood. This is your first time of viewing my channel. Please click the subscribe button and don't fail to comment. So today we'll be treating an important topic, which is how to avoid financial crisis as a wife. Like I said, today we'll be treating how to avoid financial crisis as a wife. As a responsible person, because every wife ought to be responsible. If you don't know how to avoid financial crisis, you won't be able to manage your family financial resources. So today I'll be treating 5 points that you need for you to avoid financial crisis. And number 1 is, do not live other people's life. Do not live other people's life. What I mean here is using other people's eyes to see. You see road with people's eyes. No, you don't live other people's life. For crying out loud, your name is Abigail, not Anita. Your name is this and not that. Your name is Mrs. this and not Mrs. that. So you don't have to assume people's life. This particular point has made a lot of women to go astray. They tend to be like their friends. They want to wear what their friends wear. They want to eat what their friends eat. They want to do whatever their friends do, not minding their friends' financial background. That's why you see a lot of women overshooting their budget. You don't live above your income. You don't have to overshoot your budget. You don't have to live outside your income. You have to stay within the domain of your income. You have to live life within the domain of your income. You have to spend money within the domain of your income. You don't start spending the 50,000 that you have not seen ahead of time. You earn 50,000 and before the end of the month you have old boutiques. You are owing debts of 50,000 naira already. You're owing shops, you're owing jewelry stores, you're owing shops, different kind of shops before the end of the month. How will you be able to survive? How will you be able to survive? Your husband earns 100,000 and before the end of the month you're owing in several places and they are all coming at the end of the month to withdraw the money from you. How will you be able to survive with that kind of lifestyle? You have to live within the domain of your income. Don't spend above your income. Try as much as you can to make your income sufficient for you. Even if you earn 10 million today, my sister, you no go do you. You're earning 10,000 today. Yes, it will still not be enough. Whatever you earn in this life, they said there is no man that will live to the level of satisfaction. If you read economics, there is no level of satisfaction in life. So whatever you are, you can never be satisfied. So that is why you have to make do with what you have in order not to go astray. And number 2 point I have here is remove pride. Remove pride. The Bible made us to know in the book of Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18 that pride goeth before destruction. Pride goeth before a fall. Show me a man that's falling and I will show you a man that had pride once in life. So if you want to do well in life, as a wife, remove pride. Respect who needs to be respected. Respect who needs to be respected. Accord respect to other women that are doing well so that you will do well. Because when you have pride, you will not have that boldness to meet people for help. When you have pride, you cannot ask for assistance. When you have pride, you cannot say no when no is needed to be said. Like I said earlier, when you have pride, you can never ask for help. Pride makes you to trample on people. It makes you to trample on people. It makes you to disrespect people. It blocks way for you. If you want to go further in life, bring yourself down. Even in prayers, the Bible reminded us that if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray. We're talking about pride here. If before God will hear you, you have to humble yourself and pray, then how much more finance? How much more your future? If you want to do well, humble yourself. Always humble yourself, because there is reward for every humble beginning. Okay, by God's grace, you're where you wanted to be. Fine. But don't forget, other persons are still bigger than you. So accord respect to who needs to be respected. Respect people. Stay humble. Number 3 here is do not, I repeat, do not venture into 11 projects at the same time. Yes, I said 11 because it's an odd number. Do not venture into a lot of projects at the same time. Do not start many projects at the same time. Do not start 11 projects at the same time, because you will be unable to finish them. You want to build a house, you want to venture into a business, you want to buy a Range Rover, you want to buy a car, you want to take your children abroad, you want to do this, you want to do that. In fact, on your list, on your scale of preference, you have more than 100 items, and you want to do all at the same time. No, you must pick from the important ones. That's where opportunity costs come. Pick from the ones you know that you'll be able to tackle at that time, at that point in time. Don't tackle so many problems at the same time. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. You are not God. No matter how rich and flamboyant you are, you can never finish many projects at the same time. Even if you finish them, you finish them haphazardly. So if you want to do a film perfectly, make sure you venture into them one at a time. Do not remain in that comfort zone of yours. Don't ever try to be comfortable wherever you are. Yes, it's different from the first point. The first point I said, living in other people's life. They are two different things. You living in other people's life means you are not okay with what you do. You want to be like others at any cost. But not remaining in your comfort zone means that you're aspiring for greater results. You're aiming higher. This is the point that pushes you into a better person. This is the point that lets you know that you're not doing well. You have to do well. This is the point that gingers your morale. This is the point where you want to be a woman. You want to be a woman that has value, a woman that adds value, a woman that has and has to give out. Yes, that is the kind of woman you become when you decide not to remain in your comfort zone. When you decide to aspire for greatness, that is the woman you become, a successful wife. So the last but not the least on my list is do not procrastinate. There is this saying when we were growing up that procrastination is the younger brother to what? Laziness, which leads to what? Failure. So do not procrastinate. Our Bible made us to know in the book of Proverbs chapter 31, from verse 1 to the end. The Bible describes a woman, a wife there. What a wife should be, the picture of an ideal wife, a wife that knows how to efficiently manage her home financially. That is what the Bible talked about in that scripture. When your chance, you can go there and read it. The Bible made us to know that a woman that adds value is that woman that does not keep her hand idle, is that woman that maketh her hand to do something at every time, that woman that puts her finger, her hands doing something that will bring value to the family. Not using your hand to scatter, not using your hand to destroy, not using your hand to consume, not using your hand to scatter, to finish the family resources, but using your hand to build, using your hand to create, using your hand to what? Add value. That woman that will make her husband to be praised in the midst of his friends. That woman that will add to the husband's status. Some marriages fail today because some men, let me use the word some men, they have found solace in their mistresses. They have found solace in the arms of their mistresses. When they go out, they eat for free. They go out, they dine with their mistresses. Good meals for free, expensive dishes for free. Those girls out there, they use their last to make sure they drag your husband to themselves. Then you that own the man cannot cook a delicacy with your own money, always waiting for your husband to provide before your kids eat. Isn't that foolishness? There are some women that if their husband don't bring money, their children go hungry. Do not be that kind of wife. Do not be that kind of wife. If you don't manage your finance very well, you will end up being that type of wife. But when you manage your finance, you're able to manage your husband's finance, manage your finance, you bring them together. you have a whole family, a family that is whole, a family that is not divided, a family that is doing well. You have children that are not malnourished. Your children are malnourished today because you don't have to give to them, but when you're doing well, you have what to give to your children, even when your husband is not there. Don't be that woman that will lead her husband to an early grave because he is unable to meet up to your tasks, because he's unable to meet up to your demands. Don't be that woman. Be that woman that is dependent. Be that woman that is self-reliant. That woman that her income as well will not make her to disrespect her husband. So always make sure you're the woman, you're the ideal wife. Proverbs 31 talked about. God bless you. I believe and I hope that this video today will teach a lot of persons. I mean, it will teach you something. And share this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget, always click, always like, subscribe our channel, share it to people, tell them about us. God bless you. Remain safe.